I'm going to be livid, because the last time I did this, it was a week before somebody made paper with tea in it, and it wrecked the blotters, and I was livid. So here's the deal. This has got to last, folks. It's got to last.
That's gorgeous, Diane.
Well, yeah. But it could.
Now, the Pellon, we didn't, you want heavyweight for that though, not the medium. You have medium for putting that other in there.
So we need to cut some really quickly.
Well, I don't know how well the medium's going to work right now. I would say that you want to get some heavyweight too.
Okay, so we'll order some, just I'll roll, and then as soon as we can.
So what we're talking about, see the ripples on the corrugated? Over time, those like to transfer, like here it is. Yeah, and it transfers onto your blotters. So putting heavyweight polyester felt alternative down will help prevent that. So, but for now.
And so we'll make a sandwich.
We're going to
Pellon.
Right.
Is the same way.
There would be Pellon, wet paper, Pellon, 2 blotters, cardboard. That's the sandwich. Okay.
So that's for the first time. We've got 4 blotters.
Have I gone down enough?
Instead of the 2.
So, should I take it all out?
It wouldn't hurt. Yeah. I mean, how many in here? So we each pulled, and maybe there was, what, 5 extra sheets to pull? So,
not enough room. Sorry.
Oh, sorry about it.
I'm going to slide. I'm going to go your way.
So, do you spray the methyl cellulose on here, or do you?
No, it's I brush it on, or I just put some, I worked a lot with the squeeze bottle with that, and I just poured some on and I moved it around with my hand. That's it.
So this is 15 units.
We're going to put some of the 22 by 30s in there too.
Okay.
I don't know how many people are going to want to pull 22 by 30.
Yeah, we're all going to try.
Okay.
I think the thing is, let's empty it. Yeah. Do you need help there?
No.
Okay.
There's not a lot of room. Okay. Now, do you normally just do everything up here?
No, usually we just do half at a time, so it's a lot lower.
Okay, so let's pretend that's what's happening. Okay, so
We can move this. Can we move all that stuff out of the way? We just shove these down?
yeah, and then dry off this.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so ideally this is over here and you're working here, I think, maybe, possibly. Okay, so if I take this, I can lay this down like so, pretend like that didn't happen. Lay that down like so, and now I can take and peel that off, rather than trying to pick this up and put it down. Now, keep in mind, if things get, like, if it goes like this, you're like, son of a bitch, it's not the end of the world. This is going to come apart, and you can still make a nice sheet out of it. So you just have to gently pull it back apart. But the reason I can do this is because all the fibers have been compressed. So it's not going to stick to itself.
It's because of 12. You took it to 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of our little...
Yeah.
You've never been able to do this, have you?
Is it in the press that like that bond happens?
Yes. Pressing is a very important part of paper, of the process. It's not just something you do to take the water out. It's what you do to make all of the fibers become friends.
It's also drying.
It's taking the water out. And what a lot of paper makers will do is do multiple pressings. So they'll take the papers, they'll have dry felts, and they'll remake the post and put everything between dry felts and then press it again, and it'll take even more water out of it. But it'll drain this even faster. Now, let's pretend that this is all smooth and I didn't drop it on the floor and wad it up. Now, let's say you want to have a really slick, shiny surface to one side. That all is determined by what you dry it on. So you can either take a piece of plexi that is the exact same size as this. Why does it need to be the exact same size, you ask? Because if it's not, you're going to be putting a thicker piece of hard material in here that's going to make indentations in your board, in your blotters and your boards, and then she's going to say fuck again, and that won't be good. So you need to make sure that it is the exact same size. The other thing you can use is plastic sheeting like this here. It works. I have better results if it's something that's stiffer, that's harder. You can also dry the paper on glass. You can take the paper and you would press it less because you need the water so it'll stick. And you can put that onto a piece of plexi, onto some slick, shiny surface, and then take a rolling pin and roll it onto that surface. And then you'll peel the paper off. If you don't completely adhere it to that material, as it dries, it's going to go like this and peel off. And the areas that you did roll really well are going to still be stuck there, and the other ones are going to be like this. And it's a pain in the ass.
You know, and we've done that before, and sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes there's no way we can get the paper off the glass. I think it's 'cause the
I've
glass
never
is
had a
big.
problem with the glass. I have had problems with like Formica. Okay. But you've had problems with it coming off the glass?
Yeah, it just sticks.
Is the glass clean?
I thought it was, but maybe that could be the issue.
Yeah, I mean, make sure that everything's really clean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it shouldn't
Okay.
be a problem. So then you're going to put the other two blotters on top. You're going to put the board on top, and then you're going to slide the whole thing all the way in against the back. Then you take your next sandwich. I always even them up on the table, lay them down, and then peel it.
You know
So
what?
I'll have a separate place I'll put Pellons and then a place I'll put felt. So I usually I'll have a sawhorse and I just put them over the sawhorse. Yeah.
I like this, let's establish this, is that we don't stack these up, because when we put them in, that's where all the edges get screwed up. I like this single sandwich at a time, done, we put it in. I like that.
Yeah, oh, because you're stacking and everybody's lifting it?
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Your back hates that. It's just, why lift more than you have to? Yeah.
And then how,
But, or I can just put the whole thing in here too. I can just slide this whole thing here.
right.
I can leave it just like this,
Yeah.
and leave it in here to dry, just like this. That's fine too.
Yeah, but I think it'd be really, I mean, this is a thick thing. It is and it isn't.
This doesn't.
Listen to
This is a non-issue.
Okay.
This is not going to affect your bladders. This is what I always do.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this is what I always do. And especially with the light and the medium weight, it's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So, when you're working really large, the little trick of peeling it off, it's really helpful. Yeah.
And what system do you have to keep these as pristine as possible? Do you hang them? Do you have a special place that everybody that uses them?
I have a clothesline that I have hung up in my studio, and I just put them over. And they're really thin. They take
Yeah.
no time to dry. So I'll put, I make sure that they all get some air between them, and then I'll put them over, and they'll overlap in places.
Okay.
And then once they're completely dry, and so clean them off. Because wet pulp is easier to clean off than dry pulp. And then I just stack them all after they're dry.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't make sure they're completely dry, they will get moldy.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
all right. So I'm gonna have you guys do this. I'm gonna get set up for the 22 by 30s. And Diane, if you want to oversee this.
Yep.
And I would also recommend you have some space on the side here.
Yeah. Not much.
Yeah.
About,
In theory, it should be none.
Okay.
So what I would say is just get things all up against one side, and then I would fill this hole.
Oh, we can have that done.
Yeah. So,
Okay, great.
all right. I'm gonna set up over here.